what's up everybody? It's your boy Dean Z back with another video. And today I wanted to just do like a quick little glance and give like a little overview of my time with the 2025 Honda CR-V Sport L. Honda's got a lot of things going for it lately. I think their design, it's been modern. Few generations now using the same design, but so far so good. It looks great, it looks sexy. I'm here in Beverly Hills, as you can see. Beautiful backdrop, why not? So I just wanted to do a little video just going over my 3 months in with this car now. And well, I think we should just show you what it looks like and see if maybe you want to buy one. Maybe you want to say, hey, that looks nice. I want to see what the 2026 offers. And what features does it have? What is it missing? So let's go over it and see how it stacks up against the competition. All right, so let's check it out. It's a pretty cool car, I have to say. Pretty damn modern, if you ask me. I am loving the stitching on this. Loving the stitching, loving the seats. Everything about this car, when you're sitting in it, feels premium. I've had it for about 3 months now. And every time I get in this car, I feel solid, I feel safe. I've had other brands, I've had Kias, and they offer a lot in the ways of technology that you are missing out in this car. But what I really like about this is just it does what a car is supposed to do, and it gives you all the comfort features you would want at a bare minimum, and it delivers on each one of them. You have a beautiful screen, and I will show you that in a little bit. I would say that's much higher resolution than anything Kia is putting out, even though it might be a little smaller. The shifter knob is all metal and stitched leather. It feels so good in the hand. Even when you're driving, cruising, you rest one hand on it, it just feels amazing. That is extra. I got that. The actual cover is just plain, which is fine, but I saw that on Amazon. It added a little extra height to it and it matched the stitching. So for 20 bucks, I suggest you go find that if you do pick up this car. Otherwise, you do get heated seats, no cooling seats. And let me just go over a little bit more about this particular model of car, because I really want you to know what exactly I got. It's not just the Honda CR-V. It's the Honda CR-V Sport L, and I don't know if you can see that, but they let you know in the car that it is a hybrid. So what kind of system are we talking about when it comes to Honda hybrids? Well, we should definitely discuss that, because honestly, it's been something that Honda's been using now for a while, and it's pretty damn cool if you ask me. It's not your typical hybrid in the sense of hybrids. It actually works in tandem with itself. And what do I mean by that? You're talking a naturally aspirated 2-liter Atkinson cycle Honda engine. That serves most of the time as just a generator. And what you're getting with that is, most of the time, you're going to have the electric motor handle most of the driving on this thing. There's 2 of them. There's an electric motor, one to drive the wheels, one that is used to charge the battery. Now, in your battery, it's in the back. No spare tire on this car. There is no transmission because you have the electric motor, direct drive electric motor. Overall, I'd say, even though it's not the fastest thing in the world, off the gate, at a red light, it is pretty damn solid. Trying to merge into traffic, trying to get ahead, whatever you need to do, it is a phenomenal car, and it does it very smoothly. There are 2 high trims when you're talking the leather, right? You have the Sport L and the Sport Touring. I did not get the Sport Touring because I just feel like I didn't need that, okay? What are you missing out on? Well, you're missing out on Google. You're missing out on some chrome plating in the front. But mostly you're just missing out on the Bose sound system. I have to say though, that car has an 8-speaker system. So when we go back to it, I'm gonna show you the ins and outs of it and just let you know my take on it, because really, for the last 3 months, it has been nothing but a solid car. Now, what you do get on the Sport L is that you're gonna get heated seats, leather seats, a moonroof. You're gonna get 3 free months of Sirius satellite radio, standard, and you are gonna get a power liftgate tailgate in the back. The gas mileage. Let me tell you, when I am trying, I can get over 420 miles on the tank. And that is because, especially in the city of LA, bumper to bumper traffic, stop and go traffic is much better for this car than the highway. Versus highway driving, when the electric motor is not on so much and you're kind of having to use the gas motor to keep that momentum going, because the battery is small and the power on it will run out, so the engine has to run to charge it. Whereas in city driving, especially if you put it into what they call B mode and turn on the regen braking all the way down, you are going to get phenomenal gas mileage because the EV mode is going to come on most of the time. So let's go inside the Honda as I walk back and forth, MKBHD style. I could not find a bush to come out of. If I did, I would have done it and then say that was my idea the whole time. Yeah, no, gorgeous car. I had to take it here for a beautiful backdrop. I live pretty close, and I think right there, that's the thumbnail. So as you can see, like I said, when you purchase the hybrid, those black rims are not part of any special blacked out package. Just because the car is black, you will get that on every hybrid trim. They have the Hybrid Sport, the Hybrid Sport L, and the Hybrid Sport Touring. As you can see, this just says Sport. They do not tell you that's a Sport L, but the leather inside definitely gives it away. Now, people will complain that on a 2025 car, on a higher trim, why are we still using standard light bulbs? I can't explain to you the logic that Honda used, but what I can tell you is that if these ever burn out, cheap, easy fix. Whereas a lot of these other brands, like maybe a BMW or let's say an Audi, well, if your lights go out, you're talking thousands of dollars. Now, if you can afford a BMW or an Audi, maybe you can afford the taillights and the headlights. However, with Honda, they know who's buying these things and they want to keep their reputation of not just reliable, but in the event of a fix, affordable. With that said, you do get LED headlights. So with the LED headlights, I do not know how much those are actually going to cost you, those daytime running lights, if they break. But considering the longevity of an LED light, I would say you get the best of both worlds, and Honda is pretty good with parts OEM and also aftermarket. On the side view mirrors, you are going to get turn signals, you are going to get blind spot monitoring and collision avoidance sensors. You do have parking sensors at the front. As you can see, there's a lot of safety in here, but I don't want to talk too much of it because I feel like most brands are doing the safety the same. I can tell you that I had that Kia, and it has every single feature safety-wise that this Honda CR-V has as well. Shark fin antenna, roof racks, those are nice. I am very happy because eventually I do want to put my bike up there, and I know I can just buy my little roof rack for it, and away we go. Let's go see the back seat and see how it stands up to my 5'8" towering giantness. All right, so here we are in the back seat. It is comfortable. It is comfortable. Now, I am 5'8", so I can't be one of these YouTubers who's gonna be like, oh, hey, you know, I'm 6'3" and I have plenty of room. I can't tell you how a 6' plus person is gonna be back here, but I can tell you that I do think with all the extra headroom I have, with the fact that I have so much leg space back here, there is room to negotiate. Absolutely room to negotiate. You don't get a lot going on back here. Again, it's a Honda. We are not talking crazy luxury. However, you do get vents, AC vents, and two USB-C chargers. So that's nice. So anybody back here in the event of a road trip, long road trip, they're gonna get comfort, they're gonna get reliability, whatever that means. Why did I say that? They're gonna get comfort, they're gonna get coziness, they're going to feel safe. And they're going to get cup holders. 2 of them too, so everybody can have their own drink, as well as pretty big door pockets. I keep water bottles back here. I also have a lint brush, I have an umbrella, and I have a flashlight in case of emergency. So there is plenty of storage room back here. Now the only thing you don't get on the drive, like what is going on here? You do get it on the passenger seat, you do get a pocket, but you do not get a pocket on the driver's seat. Now I do kind of miss that because there are 2 USB chargers back here, and I always used to like keeping one in one pocket, one in the other pocket. Can I keep both in one pocket? Of course I can keep both in one pocket, but I do like having that extra pocket. Extra storage space in the car is always nice. This is an 8-speaker setup, by the way, so as you can see right here in the doors, not only do you have the main speaker below, but you do have tweeters here in the door. Now these are not Bose. It is not, there is no under-seat subwoofer. So let's go up front and just take a look at this car. See the little quirks and features, Doug. All right, here we go. I'm turning the car on. What I love is you have memory seats in here. You have 2 memory seat settings here. So you and a partner, friend, best friend, your boss, I don't care. But you can save 2 different positions, get in the car, hit the button, and your butt will be right back where you left it. As you can see, we have the steering wheel. It is leather. Now, that's another thing you're missing out on if you don't go sport touring. There, in this space right here, there would be a heated steering wheel button. You don't have it, so it's just space. That's it. Otherwise, you do get a moonroof. Oh, look at that. That palm tree just fits perfectly there. I did not do that. I did not notice that. You got a sunglass holder right here. Okay, you have your LED lights in here. They're very bright, they're very nice. And you have your button right here. You tickle it nicely and she will open up for you. That's how it works. All right, so now we're looking behind the wheel of the Honda CR-V. It comes with this great gauge. It is half digital, half analog. That is always going to be a speedometer. Why? Because it is a physical speedometer, like we all used to have back in the day. But on your left side, you do have a digital speedometer. Now here's what's cool. At least with Apple Maps, I've heard with Google Maps there's an update. I haven't tried it, but on Apple Maps, when you put in a destination, that will start giving you turn-by-turn directions, which is very nice. Otherwise, you can have anything you really want in there. You can have driver attention, which never used. You can see where your torque and all-wheel drive distribution is going to be, because like I said, this is the all-wheel drive version. Seatbelts, who is putting that in their gauge cluster? I have no idea. Maintenance, if you are that forgetful, you can have constant maintenance reminders. You could have no content. You can turn on your brightness. Let's see what else. Warnings. Power flow. So now power flow is going to show you. Right now we are in park, so nothing's happening. You can pretty much put whatever you'd like there. One of my favorites is audio. Now, again, I don't have my phone hooked up currently because we are currently using my phone to film. But when you're playing anything, whether it's, in fact, you know what, let's go to satellite radio. Let's choose that. As you can see, you will get album artwork. You will get the name of the song, the artist, usually, depending on how much information they can fit there, but you will get that, and that I do like. So for a half a gauge setup, I would say an analog digital hybrid, if you will, gauge setup. There is more than enough going on in here to please pretty much anybody for whatever they want. If you are not currently navigating anywhere, it just gives you a compass, and that is also pretty cool. You have your turn signal right here. You have your wipers, back wiper and front wipers right here. You have your smart cruise and your lane keep assist right here as well. I'm sorry, that's the smart cruise. This is the cruise control distance. So not only can you turn on cruise control, but, and again, many cars have this, which is a nice feature. You can keep a distance and have the car slow down and speed up depending on how far away you are from the car you're following. You have a voice button right here, which will serve to activate whatever voice assistant you have, either Siri or Google if you're using that. and your home button and your next tracks and your volume. I prefer the volume to be, I prefer the tracks. On another car I had, the back and next track were actually more like this button, and that was just so much better feeling when I wanted to skip. Here it's like, don't get me wrong, pressing a button is fine, but this was, I don't know, I liked it better. You have your window controls here, all 4 windows. What I love about them is that they are all 4 power up and down. That is really nice. Not many cars offer that, but you do have it. You do have beautiful stitching on the steering wheel here. Everything is orange to match the seats. And here's what I was talking about, the B mode. I have to look it up. Don't know if it's battery or braking. I would assume braking, could be for battery. When you put it in B mode, it is going to keep your choice of regenerative braking. If you, here, let's put it in B mode. And now, as you can see, there's regenerative braking versus putting it in D. It's going to have whatever is set for that. But when you put it in B, it gives you 3. And then if you press this paddle shifter here, press down, now you have the max regen. Now, if you want to go up on regen, because that's what these paddles are for, they are not for gear changes, but they are for your regenerative braking preference. And now let's go on to the home screen. So here's the great thing about this home screen. It is very, very high resolution, very clear, and I do love it. This is your satellite radio, and I have to say, I've seen satellite radio done differently on many cars. I like the way they do this. It is so simple to navigate. There's your channel list, choose it. You can go back, hit the back button because there is a physical back button on here. And then you can have your saved preferences here. So I just put a few, the rest of them were kind of just jumbled in there. But you just go to a station, press and hold, bam, now you have all your favorites. You can just jump right to them, whatever you'd like. So here's your home screen. Now again, this is a Sport L, not the Sport Touring. So we are missing some features. First off is maps. Not a big deal with CarPlay, as you do have your navigation through that. However, on the Sport Touring, you would have built-in Google Maps. And from what I heard with the built-in navigation, is that if you are driving and you're kind of in an area that has changes in elevation, the car will know when you're coming up to, like, let's say a steep incline or a steep decline, and it'll actually prepare itself for those elevations and really help you even achieve more on your gas mileage, because it knows when to kick on versus having to feel the changes in the road. Because it's a Sport L, don't let this fool you. There is no link to Honda here. I don't know why it's here. It doesn't do anything. Now, if you open the app on your phone, it'll say connected. Other than that, have no idea what you can do. You can get the user manual that comes in there. You can get it on here. That's okay. Any messages, if Honda's sending you some, maybe there's a recall or something, might go in there. But other than that, this doesn't do anything. The app doesn't do anything. You can use the app to schedule service with your Honda service dealership, and it'll fill in all your information, and that's great. It'll fill in the year, make, model, the VIN. You can add notes, and really you can just, it's a very easy process if you want to go in for service, an oil change, whatever. Other than that, there is no digital connectivity that you would find at the same price point on a Kia Sportage X Pro, because the X Pro costs roughly the same that this car does. On the X Pro, you get the Kia Connect app. In fact, I'm sure that app is probably even available on some lower Kia trims. So the fact that Kia and all these other companies are doing it, Honda, you need to get with the game, because you do have, I've seen it, you do show, I can't find it now, but you do show a connection to something. This does have somehow over-the-air updates. But just to show you that I'm not fooling, let's see, Trip B, where was it? Oh no, did I get rid of it? So here's your trip computer. So this is my current drive. Haven't done anything yet. I'm not paying attention, but so far, just even on this one drive, is 37 miles per gallon. Trip A, I'm still doing, that's what I did. I reset the trip from my last gas up. And so far, I'm averaging about 39.5 at 134 miles, and I still have a lot of gas left. You do have wireless CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay, and wireless Android Auto, and you do get a wireless phone charger, and I use this a lot. Now, do not expect this to be a fast charger. My recommendation is leaving your house with roughly a full battery, and this will kind of maintain it. You're not going to get a full charge on this. So if you want a full charge and you want a fast charge, use the USB-C or use the USB-A. USB-A is going to be for data. That's why they have that there. One of my favorite things about Honda is the climate controls. I was looking for a split second at a Tiguan, and all the climate controls were just like touch. Slide, 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 slide. I'm not a fan of that. So Honda giving you your physical controls, your power, your temperature, and your dual climate. That is very nice. And you just hit the one button sync and everything goes back. And if you want to turn it off, you turn it off. I do love the honeycomb style grills. The seating, everything is just, man, it's a phenomenal car for the price. So what's the pricing on this 2025 Honda CR-V Sport L? Well, there are no extra real add-ons that you can get for this trim level. The Sport L is its own trim. There's nothing else that you can option up with it. Everything that you want at this level is going to come in it. If you want more, like the Google and the remote start app, that is actual app connectivity versus just remote start on the key fob, and you want the Bose sound system, that's where you would go to the Sport Touring. And just buying a Sport Touring, you're going to get all that extra added in. You're talking $37,650 MSRP on this car, but you do get a lot for the price. It is very premium inside. It is very nice to drive around. You do feel safe. You do feel solid, and I won't lie, you do feel kind of cool. So that wraps up my review of the 2025 Honda CR-V Sport L Hybrid. At $37,650, I think it hits a sweet spot for anyone wanting comfort, efficiency, and solid tech without jumping into luxury pricing. It's got 204 horsepower, a beautiful hybrid system that works really well, smooth ride, and around 40 miles per gallon combined. It's been a standout in my time behind the wheel. I really appreciate its quiet cabin, generous cargo space, and features like wireless Apple CarPlay and the full Honda safety sensing suite. It's not perfect, okay? Towing is limited, and some rivals like the RAV4 Hybrid or Mazda CX-50, they offer more punch, a little bit more flash. Even the Kia Sportage has a little bit more tech. But for the balance of practicality, economy, and value, the Sport L makes a strong case in this segment. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Deansy out.